When she wakes up and realizes that she's now alone in the middle of nowhere, she's stuck. Before this moment, she's always been able to get on a train or figure out where to go to next. And knowing that Paul and Hillary have already frozen to death, she knows that that's maybe something that's coming for her very soon. I think her greatest threat this entire season, as Alexandra says, these acts of God are annoyingly effective, and that's where she finds herself. And I think she doesn't know what's going to happen next for truly the first time because there's nothing she can do.
This is your plan, Franz. What kind of God does that?
Alex hears a train in the distance and knows that this is her last chance. She has to get their attention, and so she musters what little strength, adrenaline she has left in her, and she lights that car on fire.
Bring up the fire.
And she screams at the top of her lungs and hopes that somebody sees her. I think she knows in this moment she has to.
Alex?
She gets the attention of a one Spencer Dutton on that train.
Sir?
Spencer's on the train and sees her and registers, and he just takes off running. And we shot me running through probably 8 or 9, the same train cars, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he jumps off the train and just hauls ass towards her. They built like a 100-yard snow hill, had the car there. It was pretty unreal.
Spencer?
Make it as hopeful as you possibly can.
For sure. Spencer!
That was a really beautiful, emotional day for all of us. I don't really think there was a dry eye in the room because we all wanted that reunion. Every member of the crew, every member of the cast, we were so excited.
The final embrace, we had it on a crane, and you see 2 ants just, and it's so powerful.
Also, we'd been filming all season and going through a lot as characters and actors, and so to have the relief of that reunion was so special and so beautiful. I think that both Brandon and I felt relieved. We were like, okay, they're back together.
You leapt from the train.
I leapt from the train.
Did you by chance ask the train to wait for us?
No, it slipped my mind.
I think we felt like we could breathe again because Spencer and Alex had found each other. And it felt really natural to just be back in that dynamic.
I have a solution.
I'm all ears.
Big timber's 3 miles from here. I'm gonna carry you.
Carry me.
In that scene, Spencer picks me up, tells me I've put on a few pounds, and I smack him on the head, which was deserved.
Does that look good?
It looks fantastic.
Oh, okay.
It's your fault,
My fault.
I suppose he'll be tall like you.
To share that moment between the 2 characters, but also with Brandon, was very exciting because that's why she's here, and that's why she's been through everything she's been through.
Ah.
I know.
That was an emotional day. Doesn't get any more emotionally charged, I don't think.
Banner, when did you get home?
I don't know. I was late.
As a man playing him, I can feel this edge of a cliff. It's like it's crumbling away, and that cliff is where he loses his soul completely.
Whitfield's evil, Ellie. Hard, black as coal.
There's this desecration of the feminine, and inside is breaking his heart.
I don't beat no women. Use them up. Kill them.
The story that Taylor's telling there is such a big mirror in terms of the patriarchal consciousness has taken away the sacred feminine. Most of the men we're brought up in this culture have that disconnection from their own feminine heart. So Banner is right in the midst of that, and he breaks.
Man's got to look his son in the eye. Stand by what he did.
You realize he's betrayed that part of himself and as a father, but there's something he can do.
Get packed. We're leaving.
You started this thing, Banner. You don't get to leave it.
There's a tragedy to it, because I think he knows he's not going to be able to get on the train.
Just so long as they get to leave. Can you give me that?
I can give you that.
It was a powerful, beautiful journey for me to be taken on that journey with him.
Everything okay?
It will be.
The engine has just gone through that 3rd car in this truck. before this thing gets to you, but with the speed that it's running, everyone act like there's a big ass train going by.
Orders start coming forward with the steps and clear way, passengers disembark. And background. All right, guys, here it is. Whitfield's men. Drop it! Yeah. This is the standoff moment, right? Comes to John, where we hear people saying, drop it now! You drop it! Drop it! Do it now!
Passengers are now ducking and sprinkling, right? People are running.
I thought I was reading a list of impossible scenes to shoot. And even some of the character moments might be hard to reach. But when you're there and in the thick of it, anything seems possible because everything's a matter of life and death.
Clyde sees Spencer on the train and bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I hit him. Then this guy. That's it, actually.
Right.
Let's do these two.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm supposed to look away from Banner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banner's character arc is such a beautiful character arc. And I personally love, it's one of my favorite things in this season, someone who at the beginning was mowing down my family with a Tommy gun, and now at the end of it, you feel for him.
I love the way, without even knowing it, that Spencer gives her the hand up to the new life. And that was what was most important to him, so I think it's a beautiful... It's not that he got on the train with them.
So Alec moves towards Jacob, firing as he does. McDowell turns, Alec puts one in his arm.
Damn, you take a big shot, you have to follow the good one.
McDowell goes down. Alec walks past every train, it's like to level to Jacob, so now you're just walking straight up. Jacob spins to him, and bang. And Harrison then goes, what the fuck, and looks up, and it's Spencer! Hey!
You're welcome.
Hey, I can see you. Where you been?
I was doing a couple things here and there.
Great, let's shoot it.
So much happens in that scene between Banner and Jacob and McDowell. The confusion of McDowell thinking Banner's going for Jacob and he's actually going to save Jacob, and then in turn Jacob witnesses it and then realizes, hey, we're not too different after all. It just humanizes everything and brings us on the same level and just polarizes everybody from Whitfield in the process.
You're a man of your word after all.
I told you.
Did he die honorably? I think there was honor there. I think he reclaims that honor in Jake's eyes.
Get my family to Portland.
You have my word.
It's all I'm down, let's go.
Cara and the family are taken by surprise.
They're coming.
Yes. Take that shotgun. Get in the conversation pit. The attack happens exactly when all the normal protectors of the house are gone.
They're here. There's a whole lot of them.
Hey, what do I do?
You get up high, give us cover, and use Jacob's elk rifle.
And it's left in the hands of this small handful of people, of which Cara is, at that time, the head of the family, if you like. And they're very, very unprotected.
Let them get close, shoot into the cab, shoot the drivers.
The stakes are really high, and he's there to protect the family because they protect Zane and his family.
Steady, not yet.
We're seemingly undermanned and undergunned.
Get ready.
But, you know, we're cowboys and we're gonna fight until the end.
Kill them.
It's everything for all of us. That's why we're here.
I thought, how the fuck are we going to do that? I thought, what will take years to shoot that?
Of all the things I had to do for this ranch, this takes a cake.
I have to step up, and you get the full Cara. You do.
It takes a beauty cake.
I mean, this is what you wait for all season. It's like, when do we kill bad guys and get shot and all those things?
See where they went?
Just down the hill. They're not going anywhere till tonight. Jacob should be back by then with the sheriff and everybody else.
We don't know what they ran into. Everybody got hot guns? Ready, and action!
It is so much more elaborate than I could have thought.
I think this is a testament to how strong Elizabeth is. She's not gonna go hide in the basement and wait to die. If she's gonna go down, she's gonna go down fighting. I think it just shows how much love and loyalty she does have for the family, and that she does want to stick around. Just to see where Elizabeth began in season 1 and where she ends in season 2 is such a cool arc.
Told you not to stay there. Pretty glad you did.
There's so many fun moments in there for the audience and so many suspenseful moments.
She's been hoping,
It's Spencer.
wanting him to come home for so long.
Spencer's here.
Finally, the moment comes. And of course, it comes at a very dramatic moment within the story. As you read something like this, you think, that's going to be a technical challenge.
Then the dads come from upstairs and they start opening fire.
We have an absolutely extraordinary crew and director.
You all, like, you either pop up and shoot, or you take one big step forward and shoot, and then, like, react, and then get one more. You know, just make it look like you're doing your best to prevent while not getting killed.
These sequences are achieved with such extraordinary expertise and planning and coverage.
We'll give you a cue, Brian, for the cross. Gotcha, thank you.
And working with a crew that are really spectacular in terms of their preparation.
That's when the blood comes out. We have things called Cobra systems, and it's all wireless. Center a cue, one man down.
You are just a small cog in the whole beautiful machinery that's working around you.
Thank you, everybody!
Honestly, it's nothing but a pleasure to be involved in something like that.
Bang, and I think that would be cool. Switching it, like bang, and then.
That all comes close, just finish it as a bang.
Yeah.
You know? And I think there's a moment of just absolute silence.
Yes.
He comes home not a moment too late and fulfills exactly what they were hoping he might fulfill.
Cora!
Spencer!
So you know, I'm right over here.
I see you. You shot?
No more than anyone else.
And then you run in and hug.
Oh!
Hero's journey, prodigal son business. It's mythological in nature. It's kind of Greek.
Where's Jacob?
He's at the hospital with my wife.
You have a wife?
Boy, do I.
I'm in her debt.
Out there for Jake.
I'll ready the carriage.
Elizabeth comes down very slowly.
I don't see him. Where is he?
Where's Jack?
I don't know.
Dennis, ride the road to Livingston. Find my boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Jack is her whole world. It's what has brought her to this point in her life.
Dennis and Jasper ride down the road, and then they turn into the woods.
And they've got flashlights, and they see something out here, and Dennis dismounts there, and...
It's just devastating. I mean, she's going to have to live with that hole in her heart for the rest of her life and raise a child without him. Her greatest fear came true.
You'll be dead before it reaches your shoulder. Seems a silly death for one who's fought so hard to avoid it.
Tiona was, at that point, she was kind of surrendering from everything that has happened to her and what she saw, and she's alone. From the get-go, I think Fawcett was kind of confused about why they were really going after a child. I think there's, like, the slightest mutual understanding between them.
Motion granted.
What does that mean?
It means you're free to go.
It's a very open ending. It's open-ended, if we're being honest. I mean, there's many things that could happen with Tiona.
Thank you.
We leave her on her way to freedom, but we all know we're not even really free now. So we'll see what happens with her.
Tiona! You were right to fight back.
Maybe, but it cost me everything.
Always does.
Bring him to me. Bring him to me.
Miss, it's best not to become attached. Its lungs are not developed enough to survive the hour, much less...
There's another extremely difficult but very, very beautiful scene with Alexander.
I need you prepped for surgery.
Give her the goddamn baby.
At this point, when Alex arrives in the hospital, she is in a state of necrosis, which is your cells and your skin tissue dying, and it's very advanced. She's given birth, and she wants to spend the rest of her life making sure that that baby stays alive, because it's very premature birth.
Let's prep her for surgery.
No.
All that matters to her in that moment is that her baby's okay.
She will die, and the baby will die. She said no.
My first day on set with Harrison was so special. It was very emotional for the both of us.
I'm going to name him John, Officer's brother.
He'd like that, but he'd like a world you're still in more.
It's a treasure for an actor to read this kind of stuff, because you know you won't have to act it. You'll just have to be there.
You tell him why for me.
You tell him yourself.
That's the plan.
At the end of it, they had called cut. We were done for the day, and he just, in a very fatherly way, held me in his arms, and we were both weeping, and we kept saying thank you to each other. I will be taking years to process that. It was so cool.
This one? Somewhere.
Seeing his son for the first time, and then also realizing that his wife and the love of his life is going to die, was incredibly heavy and also beautiful, because he's seeing his son for the first time, their son. Living in that space for 2 days was interesting. It's just so beautifully done.
They wanted to take my legs and my hand. I said no.
And then I say, well, your legs are a long way from your heart. That line just, it's so sad. He doesn't want to close his eyes because he knows when he lays down next to her and he closes his eyes, when he opens them, she's gonna be gone. It's so fucking brutal.
All right. I don't know what to do.
But I do.
I know. Feels like you're quitting. But you're not, child. The reason for you being here is gone.
What else is left for Elizabeth in Montana? She loves Kara, and had Jack survived, I think she would have stayed.
No matter what life has in store for me, I'll always love him.
You won't. And that's all right. It's fine. That's life. I'll remember him enough for the both of us.
She's grieving. And what's really hard is she's going to go back to the East Coast and be around people who have no idea what she just went through. I think she'll be really lonely, and I'm really happy that she's pregnant and at least has that hope to hold on to, a piece of Jack.
I must return my attention to the future, because looking at you is a window to the past. The wrong people die, and Taylor Sheridan is so brilliant at sort of upending everyone's expectation. And that's exactly what happens with our generation of the Duttons.
You coming?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit on the porch, stare at your son, ponder the meaning of life, shit like that.
Spencer is about to become the head of the family, I guess. Retiring, are you?
I am. You find him sitting on the porch, his legs crossed, and a glass of whiskey in his hand. When that glass is empty, I have no idea where he goes from there. But he lives, and Kara's alive, and Spencer's alive, and Taylor Sheridan's alive.
Alexandra, what was she like?
If a shooting star could talk, that's what she was like, honey. Who'd have thought there'd be two?
I think Alex and Spencer are so special because it's this love that just transcends time. That scene being at the end of the show, and it's so beautiful because they had a brief moment in time together, but it didn't matter because they belonged to one another.
Me as Spencer, it's the first time that he's content and he's blissful. There's no tension in his face, there's no tension in his body. He's not looking over his shoulder. He's just like... And then the second she laughs and he sees her, it's just dead in his tracks, and it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I mean, it was a magical day.
I have chills. It was, I think, so special for all of us.
Took you long enough.
I remember dipping her down and the light came through the window and I just dipped her right into the light. It's the thing where you know when it's happening, like, this is definitely really beautiful, which doesn't happen very often.
I just feel so honored to have gotten to tell such an epic love story. Somewhere in space and time, Spencer and Alex are together.
I couldn't think of a better way to end the show, honestly. It's profoundly beautiful.